Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. I'm Noor and this is Giant Nerd. There's confetti. I forgot where the confetti was. Anyway, so at Giant Nerd, we specialize in no code to low code automations, um, mainly make.com, N8N, Zapier, etc., other stuff too. We're smart. Anyway, so today I will be teaching you how to recreate this workflow on N8N. But first, I would like to explain what it does. So basically, this workflow will receive messages or voice notes from Telegram and will help you manage your calendar events, create them, manage your emails, as in send emails, summarize your emails, etc., etc. So that's pretty much our workflow, and this is the end result of what it's gonna look like. But we're gonna build it together step by step. So let's start with that. So we're gonna go ahead and create a new workflow over here. Let's call it AI agent Telegram Google Google Tools Management. You can call it whatever you want though. All right, so our first step is gonna be to get Telegram over here and set our trigger as on message. Over here, my account is already connected. However, I'm gonna show you how to connect yours. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna click create new credentials. Over here, we have our access token, base URL. The base URL is already there, so all you need to do is get your access token. And that's what I'm gonna show you how to do right now. So let's go to Telegram, and over here we have botfather. So since you haven't used it before, you have to go here and type in botfather. But there it is, but since I already used it, it's already there. So I'm gonna click it. And over here, we're gonna click start. Once you click start, it's gonna give you a bunch of options. One of those options is new bot. So what you need to do is click on new bot. All right. So let's choose a name for our new bot. This is gonna be an exhausting experience for you, just saying. So yeah, I meant the name picking, not the workflow. The workflow is pretty simple and doesn't require much experience, coding and all that. It's literally very simple. This part is not. There's a fly in the room. All right. So let's pick a name. Let's call it, for example, Telegram bot. All right. Let's choose a username. Let's call it Duckling bot. Oh, Duckling yellow bot. What? This is what I was talking about actually. Okay. Toothpick duckling bot. Doxy duckling. How about that? Bot. Beanie close up. It's like the first thing I saw because I have my toothpaste right in front of me. How can this be invalid? Vaping, vape, but. How? Okay, I'm just gonna call it Noordub Telegram bot. This cannot be right. Okay. Glasses bot. Oh wait, I just realized what I was doing. I'm not supposed to add the dash bot right away. Oh my god, I keep recording these and I keep making like the weirdest mistakes for being nervous. But okay, so let's call it let's go back to Doxy Duckling. Because ain't no way, that's like really random. Oh, but sorry. Beautiful. All right. So once you finally get your valid name, you're gonna get your bot. It's created, and you're gonna get your API key. So this is it. I'm just gonna point out that I'm not gonna blur this out later, but I'm gonna revoke it. So please make sure to use your own API key. Just saying. So let's copy it. And let's paste it here and then save it. All right, so once you save this, what you need to do is go here. Let's go back to Telegram and click on Doxy Duckling bot. Click start. And let's go test this step. We're gonna get /start because I mean that's a trigger. It was a message sent to the bot. So there it is. And our first step is working perfectly. All right, let's delete this test, save our workflow, and move on to the next one. So when I was first explaining how this workflow works, I said you can either send a message to it, a text message, or you can send a voice note to it. So the way this workflow is going to understand each one of those is by setting up a switch. So once we set up a switch, we basically split these two outputs, the voice note and the text, into two routes, right? And that's what we're going to do right now. So since we already have our text test, we're going to go ahead here and put switch. So let's get it. Oh, yeah, I deleted that test. All right, let's send another test. So this is a test. All right, there it is. So we go here and we put value, which is text. This is a test. We drag and drop it. And over here, we're gonna put string exists. That's what we need. We're gonna rename this output to text. All right, let's test this step. There it is, it works. We have our text right here. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our next feature, which is the voice note. So let's delete this test. We're gonna go here and we're gonna send our bot a voice note. Hey, so this is a test for N8N. Okay, and then let's test the workflow. There it is. And we're gonna go here. And as you can see over here, instead of text, we have a voice note appearing with a file ID and everything. So what we need to do here is add a routing rule where the file ID also exists. All right, let's test this step. All right, as you can see here, we got nothing on text, and we got something on output 1. So we're gonna go ahead and rename it to voice note. All right, and then we test this step. Okay, so there it is. We have our voice note here. We have our file ID and everything. So the switch is good to go. So once we have our switch working and it basically has both the text mapped out and our file ID mapped out, what we're gonna do here is, all right, I'm gonna keep this test because we're gonna use it. So we're gonna first go here and we're gonna get that file. So Before we do that, we're gonna go here and add field, download images and files, and we're gonna enable that because we're gonna need Telegram to be able to download it. All right. So we're gonna go here, Telegram as well, and we're gonna get a file. So over here, we're gonna map the file ID, which is right here. So we're gonna drag and drop it, and let's test this step. All right, executed successfully, and there it is. After getting that file, what we need to do is transcribe it, right? Because how else is our agent gonna understand what it's like, what we're saying basically? So we're gonna go here and get OpenAI and ask it to transcribe a recording. So, all right, we have everything, and we're gonna go and test this step. Okay, so let's go and basically test the entire thing now. This is a test. Okay, so as you can see here, our text, our voice note was transcribed into a text. It says this is a test. Also, by the way, I'm just waving my hands because like it's getting hot and there's a fly, and I really hate flies. So I'm just waving my hands like a crazy person. Anyway, so once we took care of the voice note part of the workflow, we're gonna go ahead and delete this. And then over here, we're gonna add an edit fields node to basically get our text. So here's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna go and we're gonna send a text. Okay, there it is. So what we need to do here is we're gonna add a field where the name is text. All right, and the value is this text right here. Okay, let's test it. There it is. This is a text test. So we're gonna go back and let's save it again. So right now we're gonna do like pretty much the coolest part of all of this. We're gonna go ahead and merge these two into one route that will basically connect them to the AI agent that we need to do this whole thing and to manage your calendar and your Gmail account and all that. So let's go here and type in AI agent. All right, so here he is. So obviously we can't just use this AI agent just like that. It's gonna need like some setting up and all that. So over here on the prompt user message, we're gonna go ahead and add our text. Wait, why isn't it being added? Define below. Yes, sorry. So you're gonna set it up to define below, and we're gonna go and get this text right here, and we're gonna add it. Let's test this step, but it's not gonna be able to do anything, right? Because it doesn't have anything connected to it to be able to understand what we just sent to it. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, let's connect the two so that we can run two tests. All right. But first, what we need to do here is go ahead and add a chat model. So we're gonna go and add OpenAI, but you can actually add any model you want. it's actually it's up to you. But in this case, we're just gonna use OpenAI. I also like wanna show you how to get your OpenAI API key. So create new credentials. You're gonna go on your OpenAI account, and what you're gonna need to do is go to your there it is. All right. What? Yeah, go to your dashboard, go to your API keys, create new secret key. Let's call it a test key because I created this like 100 times. Test key for N8N, and then create secret key. Once it's created, you're gonna copy it and you're gonna go back to your AI Telegram agent something something, and you're gonna what is happening right now? All right, and you're gonna copy it and you're gonna save it. All right, so that's saved and the credentials were created. Stop doing that. We're gonna go back and we're gonna run it again. So, hey OpenAI. All right, so now it ran because it has a tool that is actually dealing with whatever you're sending to it. So let's go here and just like add something, to tell it what it's gonna be doing. You are a helpful assistant. You are gonna be answering me in a witty manner, and well, that's it. No, in a witty manner, and you're able to manage my calendar and my Gmail. All right, so let's test this out. All right, it says, hey there, how can I assist you today? Need help managing? Oh, okay, that's not. Oh, we're just looking for some witty banter. Yeah, no, we're not looking for that. Okay, so let's go back. All right, so as we said, this workflow will be answering you on Telegram and will basically be managing your calendar and your Gmail account. So let's go over here and add Telegram and send a message. Where is it? Send a text message. All right. What we need to do here is go get the chat ID, which we already have on our trigger. There it is. You're gonna drag and drop it. All right, and then you're gonna get your text. So let's get this output, put it there. As you can see, the output from the AI agent, you just map it there, and then let's test this step. All right, so there it is. We got an answer on Telegram. All right, now that we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and start with our tools. So the tools we're gonna need for this workflow are Gmail and calendar, but for every tool we're gonna both create and retrieve. So let's go ahead and start with retrieving. So let's add the Google Calendar tool. By the way, connecting your Google account and your Gmail account will not require an API key. All you're gonna have to do is go here, create new credentials, sign in with Google, pick your pick your account, continue, and then that's it. And then your account is connected. So it's the same thing for Gmail basically. All right. So over here, we're gonna set the operation to be get many. We want to get as many calendar events as we want. So we're not gonna put a limit. We're gonna let the model define this. But if you're looking for a limit, I guess you can do that. But it's kind of helpful to just, you never know how many events you have during a day. So yeah. All right. Over here, we're gonna let the model define this as well. And let's test this out. But testing this out actually is not gonna work, but let's test it out anyway, because I would like to basically point out so that you can actually learn from this. So let's test this. Can you get the events I have today on my calendar? Okay, it says here, looks like your calendar is as empty as a squirrel's pocket in winter. No events today, which is actually wrong. We do have events today, but this is why I was pointing out that it's not gonna work. So what we're gonna need to do here is go here, rename our node. So let's call it get events. Let's copy that, rename it, go to our AI agent over here, and add that to our prompt. So remember that the tool name that you put on your prompt has to be the same name of the tool on the workflow. So over here, we're gonna tell the assistant, you have access to my get events calendar tool in order to be able to retrieve events from my calendar. All right, let's test it. It looks like your calendar is as empty as a deserted island. What? Excuse me. All right, let me just check my. All right, get many now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get yeah, no, we're not doing time zones. Let's go ahead and get some properties where, for example, no, not this one. Wasn't there? Oh, that was it on the create. Okay, so how? All right, let's run another test. Oh, yeah, I know why. Hold on. Okay, let's add something to the prompt. So we're gonna tell our AI agent about the date. Remember, the date is now. Expression. Okay, remember that the date is now. So over here we have our date and time, and it's May 13th, 2025. My dog just dropped the bottle of water. So as you can see here, it can recognize the time. However, don't forget to put a dollar sign, and also don't forget to write it correctly, because if you don't, it's gonna be invalid. So there it is. So you leave space from over here, you leave space over here, and you put a dollar sign. Let's test this step. Oh, waiting for a trigger. Okay. Retrieve my events for today. Okay. So it did get the events. I think we're gonna see. Okay. No Telegram response though. Oh, yeah, it's because I literally just tested this, like this guy right here. So let's test the entire workflow. Retrieve my events for today. All right, we got a message. So here it is, my calendar today, May 13th, 2025. There it is. Oh, there's the new episode of Will Trent if anyone is interested. But you'll be watching this after this. So anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and add another tool that will create our events. So let's go to calendar, and here, yes, so over here it's gonna be create, and calendar from list. Let's get a list. Yes, start, we're gonna let the model define it, and the end, same thing, because like you're gonna tell it anyway, so I mean you don't have to make it static. Basically it could be dynamic. All right, let's add fields. So one thing, if you're gonna add like an attendee field, you have to give it attendees every time. So we'll like, I'll show you how to do it, but you will have to do it every time, otherwise it's gonna give you an error. You don't want that. Let's add a description, let the model decide. Let's add another field, summary. Yeah, we definitely need a title for the event. Let's also let the model define it. It's not gonna be the same thing every time. All right, we could also, let's add attendees, and then, you know, we could remove them. And also let the model define it. Okay, so over here, this step is done, but we will go and do the same thing we did with this get event node, because the AI agent will also not know what it's dealing with if it doesn't know the name and if it doesn't know that it has access to it. So let's go ahead and rename this and call it create events, and then copy, rename, and then add it to our prompt. So over here, we're gonna tell it that you have access to my create events calendar tool in order to be able to create events for me on my calendar. So over here you can make your prompt better, but honestly I'm doing it like one step at a time, by naming, by basically giving it instructions. All right, so that it's clear. I'm sorry, my recording cut off. Anyway, so basically we're gonna do this every time just so that it's clear and you know what to do when you're recreating this workflow. So we told it that it has access to our create events, right? We're gonna close this and we're gonna test our step. So actually testing this step at this point is not exactly useful because we'll be testing the one from before. So let's go here and all right, I'm gonna delete the previous test, and I'm also gonna save my workflow so that I don't lose my progress. And I'm gonna go here and ask it to create an event on my calendar tomorrow at 4 p.m. Call it, do the Roomba with the dogs. Roomba dance with the dogs, and invite my friend Noor at giantnerd.online. So right now it's gonna go and create the event. I just wanted to show you how it works with N8N. And then we're gonna remove that and run another test. So the event is gonna last 2 hours. All right, let's run it. All right, there it is. So the event "Do the Roomba Dance with the Dogs" has been successfully created. There it is, May 14th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Location apparently my living room. And the invitation was sent. And then there's a description. So here's the link to the event. Let's go check it out. Okay, so there it is. Do the Roomba dance with the dogs. Beautiful. All right. So over here, we're gonna go ahead and add 2 more nodes. Basically, I'm gonna add 2 at the same time so that you don't get bored. Because I know that like super long tutorials are can get kind of boring. So let's go ahead and add Gmail over here. Gmail tool. All right, Gmail account. Let's over here put get many. Also, let's give the model the choice for the limit. And I'm gonna set a label over here. You think so? No, I'm just gonna put it in general. All right, so, man. Wait, what am I doing? No, not send. Get many. All right, so let's let the model decide here. And then obviously go back, change the name of the node, and then copy it, rename, go to our AI agent and say you have access to my get emails Gmail tool in order to be able to retrieve my emails from my inbox. Remember, this is just a simplified prompt, so you can actually have create a way better one, but this is just for learning purposes. So let's go back. We're not gonna test this step. However, we're gonna go ahead over here and add another tool for Gmail. And we're gonna have it send messages. We're gonna let the AI model decide because you're not always gonna be sending emails to the same person. We're also gonna let it decide the subject. Email type, I'm gonna put text here. And the message, I'm gonna let the model decide since I'm gonna be telling it what to send to my whoever I'm sending an email to. All right, so let's go back. And then we're gonna go here, rename, send emails. Let's copy, rename. All right. And then let's add that here. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Good. To paste in order to be able to send emails for me. Okay. So our prompt is ready for the most basic management tools. We're gonna go and we're gonna run the test that's gonna have everything on it. So let's go here, retrieve the event I have tomorrow at 4 p.m. Create another event at 6 p.m. Call it Roomba Done and invite my friend. Or at giantnerd.online. All right. Send her an email as a reminder, but make sure it's written Game of Thrones style, and retrieve my last the last email I received on my inbox. I hope it's nothing embarrassing. All right. So we have retrieving an event, we have creating an event, we have sending an email, and we have retrieving an email. So let's go ahead and test that. All right. It's being executed. Yes. Come on. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. So we're just going to wait to get the answer on Telegram, and then that's it. All right, beautiful. So there, the event Roomba done. The worthy Noor shall be summoned to join this epic discussion about our valiant Roomba at this link. We got the link. And then the message that was sent to my friend who is me, but whatever, a call to arms. So we over here we have an email, and we got a copy of it. And as you can see, it's very Game of Thrones style. The last, oh, I got paid. Doesn't, yeah, you don't have to see that. All right. So that's pretty much it for this. And I hope you guys learned something from this tutorial. If you have, please leave a comment below. Ask us any questions you have about this. We will be very, very happy to help and to answer all of your questions. Otherwise, we have other videos coming up, and we already have another video on our channel that you can check out. And if you want to learn more, please, stay tuned on our channel. Thank you so much for, staying this far. See you soon. Bye.